Okay, so now we need to compare the experimental equation with the theory equation. Now, from earlier, the theory told us that t is equal to 2 pi over root k times root m. Now, we've done for our particular spring, our theoretical spring constant k was entered into the calculation, and it gives us our gradient should be something like 0.790 plus or minus 0.07. Okay, so if I was to write down a range for our theory gradient, what would it be? So let's just copy and paste that from there to there. So we've got 0.790 take away 0.007 is going to be 0.703, 0.783, all the way up to 0.797. So there's our range and our gradients. We'll put a comma in there. Okay, so that's the possible range of the theory gradients. So let's now describe the similarities between the two. Okay, so first of all, what's the shape of the line? Okay, so the shape of the line is meant to be a square root graph in theory. That's what that equation tells us. And we have found a square root graph as well. We have confirmed the theoretical shape of the graph by producing a straight line on a t versus square root m. I could just copy that from there. It's got a positive gradient as well. Okay, so we've confirmed the correct theory. It was meant to be a square root graph, and it was. Okay, now, next, compare the gradients and intercepts. So, what about our gradients? Now, our experimental gradient is this much. Okay, experiment gradient is there. And what about the theory gradient? It's there. So, our experimental gradient goes from 0.71 up to 0.77, and our theory gradient goes from 0.783 up to 0.797, which these do not overlap. Okay, so we didn't confirm the theory gradient. It's just outside the two ranges do not overlap. Not confirmed the theoretical gradient. Okay, next, what about the y-intercept? So our experimental y-intercept was this much. And the theory y-intercept equals 0. Okay, now, again, our experimental y-intercept goes somewhere between 0.03 up to 0.07, but that does not include 0. So as the two ranges overlap, we have not confirmed the theoretical y-intercept. Okay, so last but not least, state we've confirmed my hypothesis. So, what do we know here? Okay. I have only partially confirmed my hypothesis. really have a problem with spelling today, don't we? Hypothesis is misspelled too. I have confirmed the correct form of the theoretical equation, but not confirmed the gradient or intersect. The form is confirmed by finding the correct rescaling. We have found that this. The straight line on our graph tells us this is shown by the straight line on the versus root M graph, but as my theoretical and mental gradients do not overlap. I have not confirmed the two constants. Of the equation. Really struggling with my spelling and typing. Okay, so there we go.